I have to say this, and I always love.
I think he's gonna be Captain Suck Up again.
No, I always love saying
kidding.
this. The Prince is here.
The Prince is here.
Sleep in the building.
What's going on, Jiggy?
It is. You know what I think is so funny about the Prince is that you go to these hip hop shows, and there's not a lot of people. You know, people. There's not a lot of people that are engaged. But it's like the minute you walk in, they always go, "Prince is here."
Yeah. It was a moniker that
they're hanging out, drinking, having a good time. But then all of a sudden you walk in, you unify them. You're like Martin Luther King of rap.
Hey.
I don't know if that's anything. We're hoping that it doesn't end like it ended, where the FBI pays some guy to drag him out on the. Oh.
I'll still be a martyr in my city.
You'll still be. You know what I think is so funny, and it's not really funny. It's just kind of strange. You look at back like Martin Luther King. It's like the government tried to kill that guy.
Right.
How many freaking times? And it finally took some guy to go, "Hey, come here. We're going outside."
Right. Right.
It's like the government bumbled all these things, and finally they literally had to have some guy go, grab him, bring him out here,
make him come with you,
so we can get a shot off.
Hey.
It's like Martin Luther King was like one of the Warner Brothers cartoons where he's walking down the street and drop the anvil, and he just walks right by it,
missing.
And it's like
that was God working. God had a plan, baby.
It's crazy. John and I are into all sorts of conspiracy theories with things, and I always just think it's so funny when I look back on some of this stuff. It's like when they killed Kennedy. They had like 5 dudes ready to go with guns, even the guy that was driving the car.
Well, the thing about Martin...
We learned our lesson with Martin Luther King. We ain't gonna mess it up with Kennedy.
Well, with Martin Luther King, they seen a threat because he was an intelligent man.
Oh.
He was going about things the right way, so there's no way you could really hate the guy or anything.
And that's what made people hate him more.
Right, because he was promoting peace and unity.
Ain't that almost the same thing that's going on with Obama?
In a roundabout way.
Really. The only problem Obama had was he didn't do things constitutionally correct. The DACA thing is illegal. Affordable Health Care Act is illegal. He forced those upon the citizens. It's because, and the only reason he had to do that is because the Congress was so weak it didn't do their damn job. And everybody's all upset with frickin' Trump because he's making them do their job. That's their job to do that. You know, he can sit there and introduce like a policy like, hey, I'd like you guys to do this. But basically the president signs and says, yes, that's a law, or doesn't sign and says, no, it's not a law. And I mean, 90% of America doesn't understand their 8th grade, you know, civics and government class because they're all like, oh, Trump this. Does anybody actually understand that during the 8 years of Obama, we actually lost money? I mean, more money than they had in the history of the U.S. before that. And part of it was because he was trying to do everything himself. You know?
So that's the point. I mean, he's very...
Well, he also had a bunch of idiots around him. I mean, when you have Hillary Clinton as your Secretary of State, I mean, you've already screwed up. I'm sorry. You know, but they also sit there, they're also scared because Trump is a businessman. Where else can you go in any kind of business, in any kind of thing in life, and whether you perform or you suck at your job, you still get paid the same and you get your money for the rest of your life? The only place that happens is Congress. Trump is a businessman. Obama was not a businessman. Every business Obama ever was in failed. Same thing with his wife, failed. You know, and it's like that way with a lot of those guys. It's not just Obama. I mean, hell, you look at the Clintons, they were pretty much useless besides being, you know, the governor and the attorney general of Arkansas. I mean, Hillary Clinton had one job in her whole life, and she got fired from that for unethical business practices.
It's a line that I think they can't really draw between for the business and for the people, because some people can, like you said, it's business. You know what I mean?
It's like
that's how you
Trump does things to sit there and make money.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a self-made billionaire a couple of times over.
Now, his business aspect, I respect him on his business aspect. As a man, I respect him as that. He stands on his 10 and he doesn't budge for nobody. I respect him.
Well, he doesn't take any crap from anybody. That's what scares those guys. And all the Democrats, like that freak show chick from Florida and everything like that, are trying to play on the fears of young kids like you. He's not doing anything wrong at all. I mean, he's not the greatest or the best.
There we go.
But, I mean, would you rather have somebody that's straight with you or pussyfoots around?
I would want somebody who would think about everybody as a whole and not certain people individually.
Well, that's the whole thing. He's not thinking people individually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's more of a business.
He's sitting there and he's thinking it as a group. Yeah. He doesn't care if you're black, white, Native American, Asian, Hispanic.
You could be Mexican.
He wants everybody.
I think you're a little bit kind of.
It's like everybody touts about, like, you know, the healthcare system in Canada. You know why the healthcare system in Canada works somewhat? Because they're damn picky about who they let in the freaking country. But you got all these dumbass Democrats sitting there going, oh, we can't have that orders. But, oh, yeah, Canada's great. But the problem with that.
Anyways. That's it.
I mean, I'm a libertarian, but I'm also a realist, okay? But it's like, how do you sit there and want to copy something?
That's awesome.
I mean, we have the loosest borders in the world, pretty much.
I'm stuck to the fence.
It's like if you're an American and you cross over the Mexican border, you're put in jail.
Can you go to Mexico, Sleep?
Fuck no, I can't get past.
You can't go to Mexico.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's such a hypocrite in the Democratic Party on some of that stuff, and when you do have the good ones, they get excommunicated. Sorry, I got off on a tangent here.
No, don't worry about it.
I know, we're good. I'll still listen.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, but I mean, it's like that's the whole thing. You had people that were doing things the right way, like Dr. Martin Luther King, who was probably one of the most brilliant people. Yeah, sometimes it could be considered controversy, but that's because it was that time.
Right.
Nowadays, he would be like, everybody would just love him.
Right.
Because he promoted peace and unity. It's like, when you have a party sitting there talking about acceptance and peace and unity, and they're the ones trying to shut down people from being able to talk and express free speech, does that sound like a hypocrite to you?
I mean, I dig what you're saying.
I mean, you look at University of California, Berkeley, one of the most, like, that's where, you know, everything started with, like, free speech and all the drugs and stuff like that. But you have people that, you have a gay European Republican talker. He wants to come there and speak. Okay, so you've got somebody that's not a nationalist, and you got somebody that's from one of those protected groups, but yet he's evil.
Right.
It's like if I sit there and said, yeah, I like Trump, all of a sudden I'm a homophobic racist. Seriously. And that's the reason he won the election.
Okay.
It's a hell of a deal.
I mean, you look at the gal, God, I can't think of her damn name, the one that looks like the cowboy from the Pee Wee Herman show. Like that. The representative from Florida. She always wears the cowboy hat.
The cowboy hat?
Yeah, she looks like Cowboy Curtis from that. She's talking about Trayvon Martin, okay. Doesn't have a freaking clue what she's talking about. And she goes, they just shot that boy for no reason, I don't think. No, they didn't shoot him for no reason. I mean, he shouldn't have died. He shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place whatsoever. But I mean, when you're on top of somebody beating the hell out of them, yeah, you're going to fear for your freaking life. I'm sorry, you know. But if you're going to talk about something, know what the hell you're talking about.
The whole Trayvon thing, you know what I think is funny, and nobody ever talks about this. He thought George Zimmerman was like a gay dude going to rape him.
I mean, I can understand the kid being scared to death about stuff. No problem there.
I'd have jumped on top. I got to beat the shit out of him, too.
That's what I'm saying. I understand that part of it, you know.
It went down.
That kid didn't deserve what happened to him.
No.
You know. But it's also, you had overzealous. Then you had people sitting there attacking white people, saying, this is for Trayvon. How fucking stupid are you people? I mean, my God. He was a Jewish Latino.
Everybody because of one person's action.
That's what I'm saying, but he's a Jewish Latino and they were attacking Caucasians.
Well, I think that was more about
that'd be the like me
department in general, because like that shit, like
that'd be like if Jiggy beat up my mother and I beat you guys up for it.
Way too lightly. The shit got brushed on the road way too lightly. So
I agree totally.
I feel like when they said, "Oh, this is for black people," towards for Trayvon, and then they were attacking white folks, I think that was more about us against the police, and 80% of the police force is white. So don't take that personal, white people. I love y'all.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I get really impassioned about that stuff.
Especially with him especially with Zimmerman being older.
what type of example is you setting? Like, if anything, old school is we fight, and if you get beat up, you gotta walk home.
Man.
Period.
When
Whether
those
you're
shoes
older
on.
than me or you're younger than me, if we end up fighting, if we get to that point, you gotta walk home. I don't feel like I need to pull no pistol on you. Either I'm gonna beat you up or I'm gonna.
That's
take
where
that bait and
that's
go
where
home.
I understand
Now, you
why
know,
the kid did what he did to a point, because he felt threatened.
Yeah.
I got no problem there, and nothing should have ever happened to the kid like it did.
Yeah.
But it's like the backlash from it. It didn't involve a white guy at all. But that's what everything was on. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not trying to sound mean here like that.
I
If
think
you
it was more
look at
towards
actual,
I think it was more towards Black Lives Matter more so than blacks attacking whites.
Okay.
Honestly,
what's your opinion on that? Because when stuff happens, you never see them protesting on certain things. Only
My-
when
like,
like some
my
some
personal
poor black
opinion-
guy gets shot by a white guy. That's the only time you ever see him.
my personal opinion.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, lives matter. Honestly,
I like you.
No.
I like
I
you
have-
anyway. Don't worry. But
I have children, and all of my children are of mixed culture. My brother have children, and they're all of mixed culture. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my black people to death. My mother is a strong black woman. I love them to death. Without them, they would not be me. Trust me, I'm a strong black man. I have young children, but lives matter, regardless of skin tone. And I don't push nothing for, hey, this is for my blacks, this is for my whites. I push it just to get pushed because I need my people. And when I say my people, I mean, shit, you, Jiggy, my brother, my people. If I fucks with you, my people. Anybody who see me in the streets and be like, hey, there goes Sleep Face the Prince. Y'all my people. I take y'all everywhere. Wherever I go, y'all go. And that's 100. So, like, don't talk me towards nothing personal, but I do have my personal opinions about certain situations. Now, me as an artist and as a man, as a father, I'm going to keep my opinions, like,
smart kid.
to myself. That's because, like, other people have personal opinions as well. And I'm not trying to trigger nothing to harm nothing. Because, like, all I'm trying to do is push a POP. Before my mama caught her stroke, she always said, son, power of positive. If you push positive, you're going to receive positive. That's why I feel like me and my brothers in this position we is right now. That's for the fact that my mama was like, hey, power of positive. You love and be loved, and if they hate you, love them more and watch how they hate you even more. So, like, that's why I call myself the Prince. So, hi haters.
Yeah, and I think
That is awesome.
And Sleep definitely got a point, because I mean, how you look at it, there is so many people that, let's say, if it's a like you said, someone black gets shot, and then it's a big, you know what I mean? It's a big controversy, and it's, you know what I mean, the big strikes and all that. Now, there is some people that's already doing that, you know what I mean? But you're right, there is so many people that's, oh, okay, let's make this a big issue now. It wasn't an issue last week.
Right.
It wasn't an issue the
Right.
week before. It wasn't an issue if somebody might have died 4 or 5 states away from us, you probably didn't hear about it. But because we seen it on social media, now we want to get angry. You know what I mean? But white folks kill white folks, black folks kill black folks. So how can you tell me what's right?
Sociologically,
you know
you're
what I'm saying?
absolutely correct, because
You know what I'm
usually
saying?
And I was
How
gonna
can you
say-
sit there and say,
it's like if you're poor white trash or
If
something, usually you
you're-
get assaulted or something by
right is
poor
right
white
and
trash,
wrong
because
is
it's the
wrong.
same
That's what it is at the end of the
socioeconomic
day.
background kind of a thing.
But see,
You
like,
look any basic
everybody's
sociology,
talking
will tell you
about,
that.
like everybody's talking about, like, and like it's crazy because, like, there is young pointless murders, like there is young dumb murders, pointless, but nobody's speaking about the young man that just got murdered just a couple days ago in Wichita paying his phone bill. He was 19 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Young cat. Now I don't know what he did in his off time, but I went to the man's Facebook page. Rest in peace, young brother. He was an inspiring artist. You know what I mean? I kind of digged a couple of his tracks because, like, it spoke to me. So, like, we always put like we try to push something that really doesn't even be pushed, like the Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I dig that 1,000, but still, a young black man. That was a young black man that took a young black man's life, but yet we as a people want to scream Black Lives Matter. We're ignorant.
Well, everybody is.
But no. I'm
But
thinking about
I
me
know
in
what you're saying.
general because, like nobody sees on social media like white people pushing White Lives Matter and like making a big ass scene about it. Now, but do some dumb shit.
Now it's starting to get a controversy like that, because now it seems like instead of being together, we all against each other. Oh, well, you're
Well,
on
there's
this
people-
side.
that's
now
where-
we're picking sides.
That's
Yeah.
where I got my conspiracy
Yeah.
theory, because the liberal media is doing this crap on purpose. They are. It's like, you haven't heard crap about the stuff about Uranium One and how Robert Mueller, who's the special counsel, was involved in covering up, the uranium thing and all that. It's like, you don't hear any of that. And it's like, you don't hear about it when some kid like you does something really, really, really good.
Right.
You only hear it when it's some, like, and don't get me wrong, there's times where it is justified, but you hear it when some piece of crap kid doing something wrong gets shot because they were doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and then all of a sudden it's a big uproar. It's like Michael Brown. I'm sorry, Michael Brown was a piece of crap. I mean, his mom was, his stepdad was, but his grandma was a great gal. His grandma went out and tried to sit there, got somebody to make shirts so she could help pay for her grandson's funeral. You know what happened? Her piece of shit daughter-in-law sit there and attacked her because she wasn't getting a cut of the money. Her and his stepdad attacked his grandma. It's like, that's when you sit there, you know things are screwed up. His grandma was trying to do the right thing and give him a proper burial.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're sitting there basically assaulting a police officer and stuff, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't care if you're white, black, whatever. You're probably going to get shot and you deserve it if you're a dumbass and do that.
But if you the police and they running from, if they running, I understand. I dig what you're saying.
He wasn't running from him. He was running at him. When
I
you're
wasn't
taught,
there, so I cannot say that that's what truly happened. I wasn't there.
well, it's pretty much documented that it was that way because about 80% of the people said they were lying that sit there and testified on it, and that's the reason the guy ended up getting off on the charge. Not saying it should have happened to anybody, but I mean, when you're assaulting a police officer, it's probably going to happen because police are taught to incapacitate you in the most destructive, quick fashion possible.
So,
They're not trick shot artists.
So, I've been going to jail and I've been tased and guns drew on me plenty of times.
No,
for 30 years. Now, I just want to know, because I've been battling this one personally. Now, even if I am running towards an officer, this is hypothetical. Even if I am running towards the officer, are you to pull the taser first to stun me and to drop me, or are you to pull deadly weapon first? I was under the impression to pull deadly weapon if you feel like he's really going to kill me, like he has a gun and he has a knife.
Well, he had already assaulted the officer.
So the officers don't fight nowadays. So they're just, I'm gonna hit you, punch me.
I'm not on one thing. You should use non-lethal force if it's possible.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I agree with that totally, but
like, I have friends who are officers who are trained to go combat with their hands before pulling deadly weapons. Like, they're trained to go before they pull. So
did you see the differential between the two?
No, I didn't. But
it'd be like you know, like me being on top of you because the officer was about small and Michael Brown was a big. You know, he felt for his life.
But I mean, it all goes back to like I said, what's right, what's wrong. Like, you knew as an officer, being an officer, and taking an oath to protect and serve. Protect yourself, yes, but serve right. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. Now I'm just gonna tell you.
You know, like he said, I wasn't there, so I can't sit there and say.
I'm just saying, put yourself.
You know, but
One thing I'm gonna ask is put yourself in the situation of that officer. Well, let's pretend like you're the officer. I'm charging at you. I've already assaulted you once.
Yeah.
Okay. Split second thinking, timing. They're humans. What do you think you're gonna do?
hey, shout out to the Bloods that jumped me in Wichita. This real story really happened. We had the opportunity to shoot him. Like, it was right there. I got punched. I'm a little bit at it yourself.
I'm not saying you're not effective. I'm just saying
But
the differential. Some people didn't work.
He knew what I signed up for. Just like in my past, I knew what I signed up for. I knew if I drew the gun and took this man's life, there's a chance I would sit down. So opposed to doing that, I got my ass whooped. I'm 550 now. That was that's what I'm saying is, yes, there is a chance, and there's, you know, you have to put drama brawl, but you being an officer of the law to protect and serve, protect your life, but is his life any less than yours at that time for the fact because you're scared?
He's probably more scared than the police.
And that's why.
I mean, I agree with you on the points like that, but
pointless deaths, and that's why pointless deaths happen. That's why the quote unquote us blacks are so against the police department, because they're quote unquote terrified for my life. But yet I've seen multiple videos where these black people are getting beat. Now I'm not saying it's just blacks.
Oh no, I agree with you totally there. Like the gal in South Carolina, all it was a simple traffic stop.
But you're scared for your life.
Too.
but see, once again, then I wasn't there. I can't say, hey, but hey, the Prince is here.
Hey man, let's get back to Jiggy.
No, you guys are fine. Sorry.
Now, Prince was.
Yeah, but this just shows you what kind of kids these are. These kids can talk about anything. What's what I'm saying? I'm so impressed with you guys.
So I can't sit here and be bullshit. I want to say that when you get older, I want you to have your opinion. I want you to just say, oh, this was somebody else.
He used to joke Eric when he was here like that. He goes, you know, being a black man, I'd sit there and go, you're black? And Eric would just look at me like, what the hell? Because I mean,
that's where it shows like where America, like how different America is as far as like with the social media and stuff, because a lot of people can't handle talking about Michael Brown.
Yeah.
Or
see, he's the only one I really got the big problem with.
Yeah,
that's
because
it.
It's big, and there wasn't a lot.
My only thing is, that's why I was like, I wasn't there. I can't clarify that one down. That's why I
that's
said
what I'm
that.
saying. You were good. Real
Like,
good.
even when you told me he was walking towards the officer, to me, you know, so these are the times that have. Like you gotta realize, like you said, you gotta step in the shoes.
See, I mean, it's like you guys grew up here in El Dorado.
No.
I grew up here.
Okay, sorry. He grew up in.
I grew up in the.
You grew up in Wichita.
Oh, you're Wichita? Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I grew up in like one of the weirdest, most diverse neighborhoods in El Dorado.
Shout out to Butler, man. Shout out to Grizzly.
We sit there in like a 6-block area. We had an Iranian family. You gotta remember this back in the 70s, because I'm an old fucker. But we had an Iranian family, had 2 Mexican families, 2 black families, a fresh off the boat German family. I mean, you name it, we had it in that 6-block area, and nobody ever knew anything different. You know, we just thought the Iranian kid was a cool kid with fuzzy hair and a weird name. You know, we're like, yeah, you know, hey, like that. And then one of my sister's best friends, her name was Valley Green, just a great young little black like that. She's so pissed off at me in a fun way, because man, I'm oh, you guys are so cool. They're like, John, please just go home. Please go home.
Thank you, bro.
We good.
Yeah, he was like, I give her older brothers credit, because man, I was like a little fanboy, because I thought they were the coolest things in the world.
Yeah, man. John's cool, man. John got to stick around, man, do a couple more interviews with us, man.
Yeah. John pushes my intellect. I like having intellectual
It's
conversation.
an interview.
I do too.
It's an interview. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
It's an interview. I like coming here because
My mind wasn't going nowhere.
Jiggy
like
just
I had a
gives us,
mindset
you know
of Jiggy and music. Then I was like, oh shit. Had to pull the car over and start but man, for real, like my mind wasn't like I just pumped myself up for this, you know, like yeah, man, you know, block to the booth, it's coming still, and then we jump into straight politics. I was like, whoa, shit, put the businessman hat on.
Yeah.
Now I can't get back into the
awesome.
Prince. Can I go back to the Prince?
Yes, you may, sir. Thank you.
Yes, you may, sir.
Thank you. We've got the Prince here, and he's a fan of a different team, but he's got the Raiders on, and he's got Nebraska, which hasn't won a football game in the Big 10 forever. I don't know, but
LSU fan, just saying.
yes.
Just saying.
I don't have no Nebraska, but hey, shout out Nebraska, RPAD, love you, bro.
It is Sleep, the Prince, in the building.
Okay, just for curiosity's sake, how did you come up with that name?
Sleep, all right, man. Look, sleep.
Sorry, that's always my question on this.
No, it's cool. Hey, shout out to my cousin Scoop, look, man. All right, so we at the house, we smoking or whatever. He tells me to wake up. I'm like, bro, I'm wide awake. He said, motherfucker, wake up. I said, I'm wide awake. He looks at me and said, I'm gonna call your ass Sleepy Face. I ain't like the way it sounded. Someone by sleep. No, I went by sleepy with the IE, and I ran into like 5 Mexican cats named Sleepy. I was like, nah, that's weird. Then
That's weird.
Yeah,
Damn, that's weird.
just 6 of us on the same neighborhood called Sleepy. I'm like, nah, bro, we all can't. Like, Sleepy, which one? No, that's not gonna work.
Which one?
So, I
And
came
this
back.
ain't like pro wrestling. You can't have 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Fuck no. There's one Prince, goddamn. Well, no, the Prince, you know.
The Prince.
You know, but nah, I came back home. Like I came back to Hutch and got to fucking with B-Ray and shit, and then I was calling myself Sleep Face the Prince, and then it was, you know, F-A-C-E. Then I turned 23, had my third child. I was like, you know what, man? I'm more than the average, so we're gonna drop the F and add a PH, and then Sleep Face the Prince.
I like that. Sorry, I get entertained easily, but
Shit, it's cool.
I ask all the guys that stuff. It was like, what was the one dude? He said I go, how'd you come up with the name? He goes, yeah, we were just doing some really serious drugs, and then we sit there watching a movie on TV or something, and he goes, we dropped some acid or something. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Acid drop.
Well, you know, it's like, I mean, you don't hear any, like, you know, rappers named, like, Dave Thomas. Hey, now if that's Dave Thomas, yeah! You know.
No, but we do got an artist named, what? Davies?
Yep, Davies, Kendrick
Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that still has kind of an exotic, you know, sound to it.
But only because it's Kendrick Lamar.
It's not like it's not like, you know.
If he wasn't no rap, I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying it wasn't like it was Steve Brown. Like, yeah, Steve Brown. You know, that doesn't have a world to it. But Kendrick Lamar.
Think about this. Think about this. Al Green.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but Al Green was cool as hell,
I'm
though.
just saying, though. That's just if you just.
I'm
think
sorry,
about
I dug Al Green like no other.
That was a good. That was a good comeback, though.
It's hard to not think about it.
Al
But just
Green.
think about it.
Al Green.
Al Green. That's how. You know what I'm saying? Like, it. You know.
That shit great.
Man, make.
I mean, if you even go back in time, you had Bo Diddley and all those guys.
I like that
Oh,
line.
Diddley in the building, baby.
You know, they always had a unique name. That's what I always dug.
Yeah. That was a unique sound.
Dig that, baby.
Wasn't Steve Checker, it's Chubby Checker, yeah. Let's do the twist, yeah, man.
Chubby checker.
Right there, next, it's Steve Checker with the twist. No.
I'm on the other side, John. I'm like Johnny Taylor and the Manhattans and you know what I'm saying, a little bit older. But that's like, you know what I'm saying, my grandparents put me on that. You know what I mean? That's some old, you know, but that's love music, man.
Okay, sorry, I'll shut up now.
No, that's fine.
Oh, that's your job.
We got Sleep in the building, the Prince.
Yeah.
Now, this first track we're gonna hear here is TFUM, and then that goes into Change Up, right?
Yeah. All right, man. All right, now like.
Explain this.
The fuck you mean? T-Fun, TFUM. The fuck you mean? All right. I had just finished.
Derek Scaife says that more than any human I've ever heard say that.
The fuck you mean?
I hate to try to. It's not. It shouldn't come off as I'm trying to bury Scaife, even though he's not here to defend himself. But Jesus, we've all been around him.
Shout out to my homie Gibbs, man. Shout out to the homie Gibbs, man. But no, the fuck you mean? I was going through a transitional period, man, and I had just did like I was getting close to getting off corrections. I just got done with my little drug and alcohol class and shit. I was fighting to get my.
I bet
kids.
those were fun.
Fuck awesome. Fucking great free.
Those weren't as educational as you sitting right here listening to John correct the guy on Skype going. It's not the what is it? It's the singular, not
The possessive.
Yeah, depending on whether it's possessive or multiples or whatever.
You know.
Go ahead.
It's like you have multiple sleeps, that means you have more sleep there, you know, with just an S. But if it was like possessive, like that sleeps, you know, car there, it'd be with an apostrophe S. He's over there going like, man, I'm just not going to get him going again.
I'm done fucking with John.
I'm enjoying the hell out of you guys.
The fuck you mean, man? Shit. Nah,
Sorry, Derek gave me that look lots of times.
Nah, if you listen to the first couple of bars, and it pretty much lets you know what it's going about. This is the beginning. This the intro to The Prince is Here, Volume 1. Like, I'm just making music. I'm just being real lazy, like, which is horrible, and I'm so sorry, because, like, LSP, he's working so hard.
I'm so sorry.
But, like, bro's putting shit on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, and I'm like, shit, catch me on Reverb every week with a new song from another mixtape y'all ain't got yet. You know, like, it's real lazy, and I do apologize, but this is the intro to the Prince is Here, Volume 1. And like I said, I was going through a transition to my shit, like, during my new relationship with a woman, you know, and it's finally been a free man for the first time in like 7 years. Like, I got out of jail or shit.
It's horrible. Here we go. And then we're going to go right into Change Up, featuring LSP. And here it is on World Famous. Jiggy Jaguar, to your breakfast.
The Prince is here. Hey, Bluebird, where you at? The Prince is here. Me and Frank got it. The Prince is here. Let's get it. 2017.
Put your hands up, I'm back in the spot. My ex bitch trippin', think I want her ass hot. Not in this lifetime, your ass got dropped. But if your man keep talking, then he might get got. Hey, bitch, the Prince is here. And ain't shit a nigga can do to stop this here. Hey, B-Ray gave me the tools and said wreck this year. He's intrigued with the beat and said this here. Okay, so I'm coming with vengeance. Lyrically, anyone can get it. Then I'm with it, this beef shit, I get it. No bullshit in the kid. Western lyrics, I cock back in the big. Till you sneak this and niggas, I ain't miss you soft baked cookies. This ain't got me pissed off. So hold the rep before Nina come and kiss y'all. The fuck you mean part 2? Something like a diss song. Bitch, what the fuck thing? Laugh until the fuck bang. Loose lips sink ships and ships sank. My squad fuck tank. Notch top rank, young niggas with a motive, and I know you heard of Ben Frank. Before you niggas try to cash me, do yourself a favor. Paralyzed LSP, let's smash out. Beat them at the young game and leave they bitch assed out. Too much to lose, we can't slow down. And the valley dropping soon like a tornado touchdown. The Midwest is out home, we on the road now. And the Prince is here, who want the throne now?
Not the producer.
Already. The Prince is here. Turn act like it's a motherfucking game. Already.
Flame, check it out, chicken into your camera, baby. Better hurry up, now never on, but I'm forgetting like,
Little Trey.
Are you mad I never gave up? Kept it 100 and never changed up. Even if you boys change up, I can't see it the same and I won't change up. Mad I never gave up. Kept it 100 and never changed up. Even if you boys change up, I can't see it the same and I won't change up. Some things is forever, other things is temporary. Used to be or whatever, nowadays niggas scary. You always thought that you was clever, now you make it very wary and apparent your intentions. You and I ain't the same, and I'm stating that here. And it kills me to kill it. But finally realized who really was the real. I hate that feeling, but I had to feel it. I had to feel it. Get up on my 10, dust it off and keep pushing. Checking on my downfall to fail, but keep looking. Mad scientists in the labs, but beats are still cooking. The way lightened up by cutting off the crooked. And all that fake love, you can leave it in the bushes. No fucks about your pussies, don't even hand them dishes. Your envy and your greed change your whole lifestyle. You used to be your bro, he should have left you in a lifestyle. I know that you mad, we never gave up. Kept it 100 and never changed up. And even though you changed up, the hustle still the same, we trying to get our change up. I know you mad, we never gave up. Kept it 100 and never changed up. And even though you changed up, the hustle still the same, we trying to get our change up.
People like bug phones, time to change a number. Solid as ice in the wind, get revealed in the summer. Niggas hating me and Sleepface got the city jumping, cause they wasn't saying nothing when we mobbed the city with nothing. Keep it 100, you can't fake the real. Tryna hop on tracks with Ben Frank, why they hating still? They more considered on Facebook pages, I'm trying to get them blue faces. Little stencil niggas trying to do traceables, squad hate these dudes. Talking down on they day ones, they so confused, like they can't wait to lose. As long as sleep riding, ain't got time to try and wait for you. As time change on the clock, it's crazy what money made some of my niggas change to. Yeah.
Are you mad I never gave up? Kept it 100 and never changed up. Even if you boys change up, I can't see it the same and I won't change up. Are you mad I never gave up? Kept it 100 and never changed up. Even if you boys change up, I can't see it the same and I won't change up. The hustle only changed, my frame stayed the same. Compare and contrast and then dissect the game. Work smart, not hard. Hardly work and get paid. Hard work pays off. I want babe in the shade. I don't like 'em, put the kids in some J's. Like HBS move and put the fam on a plane. Or get us off the grid and do things, new things. I'm talking Costa Rica or see the Blue Jays. But that sideline cap is gonna keep you on the sideline. With the city behind us, it's gonna be hard to outshine. B-Ray said it's gonna be hard, handed that outline. Stay down and stay focused, little bro. This is our time.
Hey, changed up. Changed up.
That's a hell of a deal.
Changed
Good
up.
Lord, it is the big broadcast. We have Sleep in the building.
The Prince is here.
And John, what did you think?
I like it. I mean, it wasn't like some of the stuff these guys are kind of like an evolution of the stuff that was about like 5-6 years ago, where all it was cussing, talking about their junk, and other stuff. I like it because, I mean, yeah, they have a few words here and there, but it's not like you don't have them saying certain things like 14 times in a minute.
Right.
He uses it for dramatic effect where he needs it.
Right.
It just sounds like he's talking to his buddy or something. But I liked how, like, from the first one, like I told him, to the second one, I kind of had a little bit more difference in the voice.
Right.
It was more relaxed on that second one.
Cause well, hey, first and foremost, I apologize. I pulled up the wrong one. That right there is the outro. The Fuck You Mean Part 2 is an outro. So y'all got the right.
It
look,
works.
I wanted
so
to.
cool as hell.
I wanted to bring that
me,
one.
bro.
That's the one I wanted to bring anyway. So like, God worked out on that one. But hey, shout out to Blueberry on that, because Blue was the one that helped me on that motherfucker shit.
You realize that if you hooked up Blue to like one of these machines, you could power a small city with her energy.
Ain't that a bitch? But you probably could.
We need next. Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. I always love doing this. Since what do you think? And we're not even gonna have to worry about this. But what would a political conversation between Blue and John Mosier be like? we need to make that happen.
Well, I'm not trying to change anybody's beliefs. I'm just kind of trying to show that there's a lot of stuff that's misspoken.
Are there
Both
enough
ways.
hours in the day of Sunday? Like, are you busy on Monday?
Now, would I be able to get in a word edgewise?
Oh, yeah. It'll be a very combative conversation. A very good debate class.
Very
argumentative. I just want to be a narrative to it. Like, I just want to throw a couple of notes in, like. And then, also...
So is Jiggy trying to set me up again?
For failure. Horrible.
Okay, good enough, man. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
He doesn't care about y'all's friendship for shit. That's he pretty much threw you in hell's fire with gasoline
There
draws
we go.
on.
There we go, John. Come on, man. He goes, I don't care if you're going through that dog pit with milk bone underwear. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
Like, he's like, hey, I need you to be my wingman. And then the grenade, boom.
Here, just a second. John will jump on it. Yeah. There you go.
That's how he feels about y'all's friendship right now.
It is Sleep in the building. The Prince is here.
Oh,
and,
but on that change up though, my fault, Jiggy. On that change up though,
Go.
shout out to LHP, my bro. Like he was on his way out the studio on that track. I was like, bro, I need you on here. He was like, man, I just did 14 songs type shit. Like, all right, well, give me another one.
I just did 14 songs.
Like, okay, it was a 14, but LSP be working his ass
Like
off
15,
in the studio.
but
Who's counting?
Who's counting?
LSP be working his ass off, bro. So like, if you do get a verse from him, take that shit for real. Look like he's working his ass off. So like, I get the verse from him, knock that out. Again, those two songs going like real controversy, cause like, controversial times in my life, especially with the change up. Like I was telling John about, like that song is really dedicated to my old squad I used to fuck with prior to me getting incarcerated. When I came home, everything was different. Some cats stayed the same. So ZTP, hey, shout out to my bro, he stayed the same. You know what I mean? But for the rest of them, I really can't speak too highly on none of the other cats for real. Like, shit done changed up. I still love all my guys the same, but it ain't the same. You know what I mean? The ones who was making sure shit was the same, that's ones I fuck like I still fuck with to this day from my old circle. So that's why the change up came up, cause like I said, y'all niggas change up. I mean, like I can't see y'all the same even if y'all change up. So that was just my confession to them. Now this what is it, everybody? Yeah. Now Now that's everybody.
Twitter going that crazy?
Sorry, man. It's I'm old, man. I just lose things there.
Twitter was jumping.
Twitter was jumping.
You see it? You see the phone jumped out of his hand.
Well, no, I was just seeing how bad your New Orleans Saints kicked the hell out of Buffalo. So.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
I was looking.
Yeah.
I was trying to see what the stats were like.
Oh shit! I got a game to come on in a minute.
Well,
now on this everybody track.
Yes.
Again, like I'm not gonna speak too much about it because like I told you earlier, G, I'm an asshole. So like,
I'm an asshole.
The ones who know, and that's all I gotta say about that one. But she for everybody, and I ain't ever dog. Here the ones, then you pass it to the little bro. Hey, she everybody.
Well, here we go, everybody, and it's here on the Sunday Radio Show.
On Reverb, get that.
I ain't even mad at you. I ain't even trying to get even. Man. Hey. She for everybody. I ain't tripping, bro. Hit her once and then I pass it to the little bro. She for everybody. Who really hit it though? The princess here, I had her drunken out of every show. She for everybody. Yeah, the city know. She'll do whatever it takes to get seen though. She for everybody. Don't cause a scene, bro. Hit and run, then you leave her for the team, y'all. Hit and quit and deflex with the next bitch. Ignore calls while I'm chilling watching Netflix. Have my new piece, answer while we making flicks. Keep a player, answer the phone and I say shit. But how dare you try to stunt with my ex, bitch? I'm the prince, I'll stunt with your next bitch. Walking in your house, I'm rocking your shit. She for everybody, she stay on some hoe shit. Flexing on the book, is that some ghost shit? Everything that she done is some old shit. The way she take dick had me like, oh shit. But that's nothing new, half of the bros hit. If I want the bride, I can have her, just know this or know this your new chick. Stay on some ghost shit. No shit, your new chick, stay on some more shit. Bumping on my new shit, silence with her old click. But it's okay, she for everybody. And if the price is right, she might fuck everybody. And if you know one like this shit, tell everybody. Cause nowadays everybody needs somebody. Man, I'm just playing. Hey, pass the weed. Oh fuck, here come the hook. Man. She for everybody, but I ain't tripping, bro. Hit her once and then I pass it to the little bro. She for everybody, who really hit it though? The princess here, I had her jocking out every show. She for everybody, yeah, the city know. She do whatever it takes to get seen though. She for everybody, don't cause a scene, bro. Hit her running, then you leave her for your team, yeah. These days, roll switch, niggas role play. Don't kiss a bitch, dick in her mouth, no Colgate. Half the time they forget to use Colgate or wash their ass and all they hoes stay. As long as you know your role and play your position, you might get off the bench if you know the position. Babe, you're not a starter, so you won't be in the kitchen. Then it's back to the bench if that was your intention. I call her Wale, she had an ambition, but her lotus flower blew up and I'm not tripping. You can't call that man bitch a bitch and start bitching. Girl, you knew he had a bitch, why your ass tripping? Do him like he do you. Bitch ass nigga. And at that point, that's when your ass for every nigga. You got a reputation and not from every nigga. You got a reputation and not from every nigga. It's not all bad, but it's not good. We had a conversation on how you take wood. You're immediate attracting niggas out the hood. A pistol pack, a push a sack, and then a nigga good. No, I'm just talking shit. Nah, but for real, we all know a bit like that. Keep it one that way. Pass the weed. Off the hook. She for everybody. I ain't tripping, bro. Hit her once and then I pass it to the little bro. She for everybody. To really hit it though. The princess here, I had her jocking out every show. She for everybody. Yeah, the city know. She'll do whatever it takes to get seen though. She for everybody. Don't cause a scene, bro. Hit and run and then you leave her for your team, yeah. Hit and quit and then flex. Hit and quit and then flex. Hit and quit and then flex. These days roll switch, these days roll switch, these days roll switch. Frank gang. Hit and quit and then flex, hit and quit and then flex, hit and quit and then flex. These days roll switch, these days roll switch, these days roll switch. Ben Frank gang.
Hell of a deal, as they say.
Yeah, man.
I don't know who's saying it. Don't know why they are saying it, but they are indeed saying it. The Prince in the building. The big star. Star Stage and Screen, the Prince.
Man.
The Prince is here.
The Prince is here? No, I'm not a star, man. I'm just trying to do my thing, my 1-2 thing, get in and get out, leave some knowledge for somebody, try to do something more than leave a will for my people in the damn debt collectors calling my kids, man. I'm just trying to do something positive.
You know what is funny about that? Every time that I and you'll understand this. Every time that we call people on Skype, because I don't have an actual Skype number, I just have the ability to call from Skype to phone and things like that. All like, for instance, the guest we had on that Curtis guitar guy earlier. He called at the beginning of the show, and I said, hey, I'm going to get to you here in a few. I'm going to call you back. I said, I'm going to call you on Skype. So I said, it's going to show up on your phone as an unknown number. I'm not calling to refinance your college loans. I'm not calling you to get you to pay your Sprint bill.
Ain't that
Hi, you just won an opportunity at a vacation. You need to sit there and tell us what you like to go to.
I hate that fucking phone call. I hate that. And then, like, at first I'm like, oh, yeah, once. Oh, you motherfuckers. I thought I was on a do not call list. Bitch, quit calling me unless you're giving me some real life money.
What I liked about that last song that they just played was I liked some of the humor you had in it.
Yeah.
Especially the Colgate line. That was freaking awesome. That was awesome.
I appreciate that. I had a lot of fun on that. Like
I'm
I
saying
said,
you could tell.
Like, I'm an asshole. I'm an emotional.
No, you're a nice guy. I'm an asshole, but I'm used to it. I'm older, so.
See, well, I'm getting this. I'm a nice asshole.
Okay, there you go.
Okay,
I'll go with that.
I'll take that one. I don't want your title, so don't take the Prince. That's fine.
You definitely don't want my title, so.
But no, yeah, I'm an asshole, man. It's like if I feel like talking shit on the track and having fun with it, that's what it sounds like. Hey, shout out to the females that were my inspiration. I love y'all.
I like the background there. On some of that. You had like the voices there. Yeah, that's whack.
Yeah, shout out to my baby sister Asha. Cause she was you can't call a man bitch a bitch and start bitching. Girl, you knew he had a bitch. Why your ass bitching? But do him like he do you bitch ass nigga. That was my sister doing that whole line. So I was like, shout out to baby Phace. I love you, baby.
It is.
Now, is she younger or whatever, so Jiggy doesn't like get hot for her like he did his sister?
I know, they're all my sisters. That's my little brother, some more shit.
Okay.
But I don't think you see my baby sister, baby Phace. I don't think so.
Good. It's kind of creepy.
Stay away from Jiggy, baby.
Stay away from Jiggy.
That's right. Jiggy can't go to petting zoos because of that anymore.
So you do know what that means. Stay the fuck away from Jiggy.
That's it. I love it.
Yeah, we're going to wind it up on the Jiggy Jaguar show.
And next week coming.
Next week.
Nah, Jiggy, I had to do the show and run, man. Thank you for the love.
Hey, that's
bro,
cool. Well, let's do this. Before we let you go, how do we get a hold of you online, my man?
Online, gonna get my number out. All right. Shit. That could have been bad.
Could have been bad.
You can catch
the Prince is here.
No, not with that phone number. He's
not
not.
That phone number, baby. No.
The Prince.
The Prince is nowhere near that phone number.
Not nowhere near that motherfucker. Especially around certain hours. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. You can catch me on
awesome.
Reverb Nation, Sleep Phace, Phace. I got a couple tracks with LSP. Everything that he be on, he gonna give y'all his credentials. Facebook, Austin Wilson. I mean, I'm an open book. I will get my Snapchat and some more shit, but just catch up with me on one of my social medias, and we can go ahead and shoot the credentials.
LSP, before we let you go, baby, how we get a hold of you?
911.
He's got the 411, man. He's got all the info.
Right. Facebook, LSP Music. That's for all the music updates. That's for all the links for the SoundCloud and the Reverb Nation. Most of those are on the Facebook page. If you do the Facebook thing, Instagram, LSP_HK for the Instagram, Twitter at LiveStack. And like I said before, the Valley is out right now on all social media, all platforms. Everything counts is on SoundCloud right now. So you know what I mean? Just get a hold of me on one of those and check me out, man. We making some noise for Hutchinson, Kansas. Shout out to Jiggy Jag and John for having us today, man. Appreciate
It's been
y'all.
fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And
BFG, let's go. Shout out my bro Cash. Shout out HBL. Shout out everybody doing they thug thizzle, man. Shout out Options. Who else be out here? Young niggas with a motive. Hey, first and foremost, thank you, B-Ray, for putting us out here, my dude. Without y'all, I probably wouldn't be doing this shit. Thank God, give God the glory. I love y'all, babies. My kids, I'll see y'all soon. Again, Jiggy, thank you. John, political conversations. Let me know what to wear next time, man, so I know.
Wear whatever the hell you want, as long as you're close, so it doesn't look
I
weird.
can put on my politician suit and shit, come with the briefcase that ain't got nothing
Yeah,
in.
dude, I don't wear anything like that ever, so this is about as fancy as I get.
I want to look the parts and maybe like, damn, he might know some shit today, so you might not ask me good questions.
well, sometime in December we need to get you, Cash, and the whole crew on. So
Getting
let me know.
BFG up here won't be no thing. We just gotta shoot the shit with Boss Man and get everything.
That's
you know
cool.
What I'm saying? We all got families and shit. And shout out to my bro Cash. He's having a baby and everything. Him and his lady. Hope everything goes great. 10 toes, 10 fingers, 2 eyes, head full of hair, and bad as hell.
Now, next week on the big broadcast, we are going to have the. I just got this confirmed. We're going to have the guy who directed the movie, the 2 documentaries, After Porn Ends. That's on Netflix. He is going to call us on the phone. Big Dog from Total Action Zone Wrestling will be here.
Oh, God, not him.
The Samoan Predator will be here from MWE. DJ You Know Who will be with us. Yes, he's that DJ that you know who. And some of the XWE guys, Aaron Helms, and maybe the Maidster. I don't know. And 101... Exactly. 101 from Wichita will be with us as well. And thanks to my guests, thanks to everybody, and we will see you next week. That has been that, and peace and chicken grease. We'll see you